we can't help it. We have to talk more about a bad defense lawyer. I mean, periodically, they crop up, like constantly.
You know, like, wait, what is that? Do you remember there was that game where the thing pops up?
Whack-a-mole.
And
Whack-a-mole. Yeah.
And right, they go boop, 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 boop. This is one of those.
Yeah. Yesterday, he submitted was it a declaration or a motion? Talking about how I was rude to another counsel that's no longer in the case. But that's segueing it to say that somebody told them that they saw that I did something that might have related to him and that I'm rude and I call myself the Velvet Hammer. He put this right in the legal pleading.
Oh, he did? I ignored that.
Well,
I mean, that
Kristen cut it out so that we could all see it and put it in there. Now, I thought it was it's so common that they do that. First of all, there is nothing as thin-skinned as a bully defense lawyer. Like, there's nothing more thin-skinned than a bully defense lawyer. There's a prototype of them, right? And secondly, they apparently don't understand freedom of speech and the fact that maybe we don't like you because you're being so horrible to our client primarily and really unbearable to us. By the way, this is generic. I'm not talking about any one particular person named LB. I'm talking in general. I am. I'm talking about in general.
Yeah.
LB might be part of that, but I'm not saying...
They could be included.
It could be a they or she.
They.
No, we're not talking about anybody in particular. We're just like...
Well, we are going to.
Oh, we are?
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
But in general, there's this formula of, we get along so well with most of the defense lawyers. And then there's these ones that we don't get along with. And we're just going about our business, having a ho-hum time. And honestly, we kind of like it when they act bad, because guess what happens? First of all, it's not just us, it's our staff. So if you send us a nastygram, that means like 6 people probably saw it. So if you want to blame 6 people for all having the same reaction to your terrible thing that you just did, either the amount of, and in fact, there are so many, there's 3 of them right now, that I keep getting confused as to which one's which. They're just the global bad defense lawyer. And they're taking turns just being bad on all levels. Their attitude, their work product, or people that are working for them as work product, their understanding of basics, and they're just, they need to be schooled. We school them, and then they get mad and they write something to the judge like she's rude and she calls herself the Velvet Hammer. Like, is that a defense for you not being a good lawyer? I guess.
I think my...
wait, do you call yourself, like, do you walk into court and proclaim,
I guess I need
the Velvet Hammer has arrived?
I think I need to have like a bot or like a little...
like a hype man that comes in with you?
I need to have like a little hat or a little, like a bubble surrounding me that says, here she comes, the Velvet Hammer, make way.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
No, you don't walk into court saying that.
Cares?
So why would they be bringing that up as you trying to intimidate them or something?
All the time.
I mean, it's just, that's
an
absurd.
Example of how rude I am that I call myself the Velvet Hammer, which is the name that I got from the defense bar calling me that. and apparently it's a true moniker. Now, I am very rarely outright rude. I am velvet on the outside, normally, until you cross that line. If you cross the line with me, I am not nice. I am effective. I am a trial lawyer. I am no different than Mo. I am going to be like that. He's more velvety than me most of the time now. I
mean, I'm more hammery, velvety, whatever you want to call it. I don't think it I honestly, I don't know why they bring it up, but I have a couple of theses, like hypotheses. I think why it comes up. I think it comes up because like it's what I call the lowest common denominator. Yeah. Like you go have to dig, right? Because when you read these pleadings, they have misspellings. These are defense lawyers getting paid several $100s an hour.
Not just them, too. Remember, they got staff probably.
Yeah, they got misspellings. The law is not right. Some of it is incoherent. Some of it borders on conspiracy theories. And you're reading this, and then for them to come back and say, oh, and the Velvet Hammer,
And I don't even. And by the way, I'm not even writing the briefs, right?
Yeah.
Mo's writing the briefs.
And I'm writing the briefs, and I'm reading this. I'm going like, what are they even talking about? And so I think that like fundamentally, like I could see like the Velvet Hammer thing coming up if it's like appropriate context. Like we're in the middle of like a conference, and Karen goes, I'm the Velvet Hammer, and I say what goes.
I'd even take it further.
Said that.
I'd take it further.
She's never done
we
that.
We talk about stuff like this all the time, and other cases have referenced us as the podcast. Like if they did something like that, it would have a little bit more. But they're just going, she has a nickname, and we're afraid.
I don't think they say they're afraid. No. What they try to do is they're trying to say, Judge, this is not an ordinary lawyer. Okay, this is not what you're usually used to.
She's a bad woman.
Well, I think that's the conclusion they want the judge to draw. But what they're saying is that this is a personality. This is somebody who is not real, and they have this character that they're perpetuating, but they provide no context, nothing, which is what the other party did earlier in a case, and the judge ignored it. I just think that like it's a waste of time, and it looks to me like they're incompetent. Because when you don't have law and facts on your side, and you're like reaching into this stuff, you're not serving anybody.
No, you're just and I will go back to say that I still think everything that you just said is them going, I'm afraid, because because I think they're grasping at straws at that point, and they're trying to find dirt on Karen, and that's the only thing that they can use is that she's got a scary name.
Yeah. And look, she's by no means during any conference that I've ever attended with Karen have I been like, wow, that's wow, look at that energy. Woo! I don't ever feel that. The only time that that's happened, she came up and she was defending me because somebody was being very rude to me. And she stepped in, and even then,
it was with a guy.
But even then, it was with like a quiet voice. It was nothing like, you know.
Oh, I know.
You know,
I mean, like I've said, I've only seen Karen raise her voice a few times, and I've been working with her for 20 years.
But in contrast, I have heard people like berate people in Discovery, and I have had to step in and speak very like boldly and clearly. This part, because I don't get thrown under the bus, she does. That's where the bias comes in. That's because she's a woman.
Oh yeah.
That's what, you know, and like the only way you can really out that is to like for me to tell the judge, like, Judge, like this human being, this guy is behaving this way the whole time, and then he's calling her out, and you're not present in these conferences, you're not even listening to her speak. That's the only way you could actually conclusively prove that these guys are all sexist. But now, at least in one case, we've got them to agree to record these conferences, because I think that's going to tell, because you're so.
So you know, we live in this age of Zoom, and we all have these Zoom meetings, and we always say to the defendants, well, let's record it so we can get the transcripts. So we don't have to send letters saying this is what happened. And then they say, no, that didn't happen. This happened. And we say, well, that's not exactly what happened either.
We've got video
we don't want to do that. We just want the transcript. We're fine with just the transcript. They never agree. We have brought several motions, a handful of motions. The judges have refused to acquire it. I don't know why. They say, well, if you continue to have problems, come back to us. But this time, the lawyers were all like, yeah, we don't want to keep writing these self-serving letters. And there's like 4 of them. Aren't there 4 defense lawyers?
They agreed.
They all agreed.
I think that's great.
Except for we had one issue where they wanted Kristen to attend every meeting and record it for them. And we're like, if you call your meeting, you got to push the button yourself.
Exactly. You're responsible for recording.
We're not recording.
That was our only slight little, thing that we didn't agree to.
But I kind of want to dig in on this. Like, is it us? Like, are we having, like, I want to sort of, like, is it something we're doing that's causing this tension? I mean, is, like, the norm that these defense lawyers meet with these plaintiffs' lawyers and, there's a shaking of hands and the cordialness and the collegiality, and we meet and confer and we resolve everything and everybody walks away happy? Am I, like, living in La La Land? Because I worked in a government institution, the Federal Public Defender, for over 10 years, I have never dealt with stuff like this.
So,
like poor writing, conspiracy theories, and like case sites that are not appropriate. I don't. What is this? What is with this discipline? The civil practice of the plaintiff's bar that draws this out.
you asked 5 questions.
I did because I'm
let's
baffled.
go back. Let's
Okay.
go back. Number 1. Normally, a CR26I is handled by an associate attorney, but I will often come in and do them. So it is more rare that a senior attorney, 41 year, oh God, I'm getting almost 41 years now, that they come in. But I'm a control freak. I like to come in, and I don't see that I'm any better than anyone else to handle those. Like, if I'm handling that part of the case, I'm going to do the 26I. I'm not going to delegate it to someone else. Like, we're all working together, right?
Yeah.
We don't have this artificial hierarchy.
Yeah.
And so I think that catches people by surprise. I do think that people have heard things about me, not all nice, and so they have preconceived ideas. I think most people are very happy when they deal with me.
Yeah.
And then some people realize that I was good until I wasn't. And that's true for everything.
Wait, what?
I'm good until I'm not. Like, I am good until I'm not. I'm good until you betray me. I'm going to always give you the benefit of the doubt. If I don't know you, like, you're coming into this world, this sphere, you're a lawyer, you're a witness, you're an employee, whoever you are, I'm going to take you at face value. And as soon as you screw with me, then I'm a different person. But up until then, it's like, I would much rather, maybe not always, I do like a good fight, but in general, I'm all for love, peace, and harmony. Let's be great about this. Let's do this.
Yeah.
So let me give you an example. We have a case, the one where we've agreed to, where there was another attorney involved. And Mo's like, I'm having nothing but problems with this lawyer. He's such a jerk. And I said, who is it? So-and-so. And he worked with you before. Oh, yeah, I know that person. He's really good. He's really professional. Mo's like, I don't know what's going on then. And fast forward a couple months, I finally have a meeting with this person. And I realized that I got the name is mixed up. This is not the one that I really like. This is one that I've never liked. That's always been hard. And I said to Mo, because Mo was trying to be like nice. I'm like, no, they're very professional. It's very nice. I was like, oh no, he's always been like this. Always been a punk. Always trying to take advantage and just kind of a nasty guy. And so then we just switched up. I said, yeah, you don't need to try to accommodate that anymore. It will never work. He is gonna always quarrel, and he's always gonna be a problem. So you can go be ruthless Mo now. Look at how happy he is.
Well, I will say I had stopped accommodating him because he was just flatly lying, like just saying things that were untrue. And so I was like, there's something wrong with this guy. But like, they can't talk to a person like that. I can't reason with people like that.
No, I mean, to me, it sounds like he was using that as a tactic to, try to win by keeping you off your game all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know.
I wasn't interacting with him. You were.
I will say where it's effective when they do this stuff.
That's my point.
I mean, it's effective because it like boggles the case.
Yeah, it throws everything. It throws a wrench into it.
Boggles. It's almost like you're like, right? And then so like the key is like you got to move the case forward.
Yeah, you got to keep
right.
You can't let it derail you.
And these loyal soldiers to the insurance companies. I mean, loyal. These are lieutenants. These are what I call basically stormtroopers. That's what they are. That's what I see every time I see these Zoom.
Really, they're more mercenaries.
Well, I see them as stormtroopers.
Thank you very much, Mike.
You see that? I don't. No. I think that we are the rebel alliance.
They have no
mercenaries
souls.
are paid soldiers. That's what they are.
Well, all right. I just think that they're like those stormtroopers, just basically carrying the bucket and water for these insurance companies because the insurance companies pay them.
Yeah, it's money that they're tied to.
Okay,
it's not the insurance
they're not all
companies.
bad. Okay, I was an insurance defense lawyer. There is hope for some.
And you're the velvet hammer.
We're talking about the really bad. Oh, there you go. We're talking about ones that are just they're so bad. And I know that we have these conversations, but when is it gonna? What you think that you grow out of it? Like the lawyers get better, and it just no. There's just going to be, I would say 2 out of 10, so 1/5.
I mean, I will name you like 4 or 5.
Don't
wait,
do
wait.
it.
I will name you 4 or 5 who I think are wonderful.
Okay.
I'm really identifying like the ones that are, I really think like Darth Vader's little younglings, you know. But the ones that are wonderful are
Shelley.
No, Ryan Groshong. I think he is wonderful. I think John Justice is a good and decent man. I mean, these are just 2 right off the top of my head that I'm like have dealt with, and I'm like, these are very pleasant, reasonable, candid, and transparent lawyers. And Shelley.
Until they're not.
Until I haven't had issue, but I will name positive. I would like to name
Don't
do that.
But right now,
They're already listening and they know who they are.
right now, poor Jamie and Kristen. First of all, on the one hand, we are bemused every time another terrible thing comes in. We're just like, we call up each other, we laugh about it, we send memes, we make very funny jokes and just scratch our head together. Like, I mean, the most recent one that came up, I don't even know. I did post it, but I took out the name. I always take out the names. So we are on standby. I'm supposed to be in trial now, as we all know. That's why I'm really crappy. I'm supposed to be in trial, and the defense lawyer has now filed another motion in limine. They were due, by the way, at the end of May. Here we are, June 11th. So 2 weeks late. But you can just keep filing stuff. You're just going to keep filing it. The newest argument is, so this guy is coming out of a parking lot. There's a stop sign at the parking lot before you get to the sidewalk and then the road that goes up to it. Their argument is that he did not need to stop at the stoplight, a stop sign, because there was no line on the ground. And if there's no line on the ground, then you only have to stop, somewhere before you get to the road. This is the excuse for why they ran over the pedestrian who was
walking in front of them?
On the sidewalk and was going to go across. He didn't see her.
Yeah.
So they don't want the jury to know that the guy didn't stop at the stop line before he hit the pedestrian, who, in all fairness, hadn't got to the intersection yet, right? This case is about a guy who goes past the stop sign, stops, but is only ever looking to the left. He never once looks to the right and runs over somebody. But literally makes the argument that a stop sign means that you don't have to stop. This isn't a pleading.
Yeah. Well, mine is worse.
It can't be worse.
No, mine is worse. Mine is this says, this exhibit says this, and I declare it to be true. You go look at the exhibit, it says the exact opposite. I mean, literally, like, it's not even a typo. It's repeatedly in the document says the exhibit says this, this, this. And you go look at the exhibit, you go, the exhibit says not that. It says entirely the opposite. What the hell are you thinking, man? What the hell are you thinking? That to me is nuts. This I think is like what you described as like a nonsense argument. Like that's a nonsense argument. What I'm describing is just flat falsehoods. Well, I would like to name them.
This same lawyer earlier,
but I won't.
During the first trial that was supposed to have gone, argued another motion that was written by someone else. When he argued it in a very interesting way because nothing he said was actually in the motion. The judge actually said, I really don't understand, like your argument is not in this motion. Like everything you're saying to me, you're supposed to put it in the motion.
You're supposed to write it all down first, right?
Me, the person that's supposed to oppose it, has an opportunity, but no, I'm hearing it for the first time, arguing it. And it's me, and they're also making it up. He's also, since he didn't write it, he didn't have the now some of it he was being clever, and obviously he was brighter than the person that wrote his horrible brief, and he realized if he stayed on that horrible brief he was going to lose, so he thought, oh my god, well I'm going to segue and maybe I can save this by arguing this and this out of this way. So he did it. I mean, he was obviously a better attorney than whoever wrote the brief, who was horrible, but that's not how you do it. You don't get to just invent stuff midway through And also, he was wrong on about not all of it. He got about half of his facts right, and half of them were completely not right. I'm not going to say that they were a lie. I just think that he was, making
it
stuff
up on the fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I want to give a little bit of an instructional, because
All right.
you get a lot of mileage if you just tell a judge, I don't have it. I lose on this. They're right. If you start to say that in your pleadings and say, they're correct, I was incorrect, the facts don't support me, the judge will like you. And as you go into trial, you'll start to get some rulings. Historically, I've always been in positions from the defense side where I didn't have any facts. My case was sunk. So I would come in and say, I don't have this fact, I don't have this fact. I'm going to focus on this. This is what I want to do. This is my defense. And the judge was like, yeah, you get that right. But you lose credibility with this little stuff. So when you're in court and you ask for things on the fly, objection, judge, that's hearsay or that's excluded because of this rule, you're asking the judge to exercise discretion on the spot and trust you. And if you have a litany of nonsense that's led up to that moment, the judge is not going to give you that ruling. So that's the lesson. If you're a defense lawyer, young, new, or this is the kind of law you want to do, either side, take your losses. I think it just is better. It gives you more credibility. That's my lesson.
I'm so sick of it.
When
When will it end?
I don't know.
It won't.